Thank you very much. His Excellency, George Montgomery, President of the Republic of Liberia, Madam First Lady, Liberia, also Her Excellency, Joe, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Also want to welcome Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia. His Excellency Joseph Mawata, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. The President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Amituri. Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General and Acting Head of the UN Office for West Africa, SNL, Mr. Giovanni Beha, members of the Diplomatic Corps and heads of international organizations, political parties, and members of civil society represented here. Farmington River Declaration signing ceremony, a unique one under the doctrine of solidarity as a process that was initiated by ECOWAS in 2017, now including the UN, to ensure that all of the major players at least have a documentation that will hold them responsible to say, okay, no to violence, and that any party that is agreed will seek the legal process. Without wasting much time, we have the honor and the pleasure to welcome Honorable Vivian Brown-Massana, Chairperson of the National Elections Commission, for a welcome remark.
His Excellency. Check the mic for me, please. Hello.
His Excellency Dr. George Montgomery, President of the Republic of Liberia. Her Excellency Madam Joa Howard-Taylor, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia. His Excellency Joseph Boyka, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. His Excellency Dr. Omar Aliyu Toure, President of the Economic Committee of West African States Commission. Ms. Giovanni Beha, Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General and the Acting Head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel. Dr. Bofal Chambers, Speaker of the House of Representatives. Honorable Albert Duwechie, Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate. Her Honor, Madam Sie Agnes Gabe Yu, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of Liberia, members of the ECOWAS Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Interreligious Council of Liberia, our international partners, standard bearers and members of political parties, civil society organizations, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks another historic moment in the democratic landscape of Liberia, where the major political actors who are contestants in the 10th October 2023 general elections have once more mustered the courage and enthusiasm to collectively show to the world their ability to continuously contribute to the maintenance of peace in our dear country by committing themselves to a violence-free election in October. The Farmington Declaration was birthed on 23rd January 2017, when the former President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, announced during her annual message to the National Legislature the need for a national political forum for the peaceful conduct of the 2017 general elections. Committed to a peaceful election process, Her Excellency appointed a steering committee for the National Political Forum headed by Bishop Jonathan B.P. Hart and Sheikh Omar Kamara, President and Vice President of the Interreligious Council of Liberia. Dedicated to its responsibilities, the Hart Kamara Steering Committee worked diligently with all registered political parties to draft an agreement that was signed on 4th June 2017, styled and known as the Farmington River Declaration of 2017. That declaration sought from the political parties strict adherence to the laws governing the electoral process and a commitment to an electoral process free of all forms of violence that may endanger the peace and security of Liberia. Your Excellencies, let me use this opportunity to express the Commission's most profound gratitude to the standard bearers, chairpersons, and members of all registered political parties, coalitions, and alliances for this milestone in the electoral sojourn of our country, the Farmington River Declaration of 2017. Your Excellencies, leaders of political parties, ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered here today as an affirmation of steps taken in 2017 to once again witness with utmost delight the recommitment of political parties to ensure that the 2023 general elections in Liberia shall be free of all forms of violence and intimidation. The National Elections Commission, in this public manner, commends all political parties for your commitment in this regard. We are grateful to the government and people of Liberia for providing the enabling environment where all eligible Liberians can participate in the electoral process free of violence. In the same vein, we are thankful to the African Union, the ECOWAS Commission, of which ECONEC is a part, electoral management bodies of Sierra Leone, INEC Nigeria, and the Association of African Electoral Authorities, AAEA, as well as the United States Aid for International Development and its implementing partners, the One United Nations in Liberia, the European Union, and other ambassadorial missions to Liberia, including the U.S. Embassy, Sweden, Ireland, Germany, Canada, and South Africa, Nigeria, and Ghana, amongst many others, for their unflinching support for the National Elections Commission in its conduct of free and credible elections which borders on the sustenance of peace and security. Finally, the Commission is grateful to the organizers of this occasion, they being the Economic Community of West African States Commission and the United Nations in Liberia, working with the National Elections Commission and all other stakeholders and partners, including political parties, coalitions, alliances, and the government of Liberia, to make this day possible. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I, on behalf of the National Elections Commission, welcome you to this auspicious occasion of Farmington River Declaration of 2023. I thank you.
Excellency President Dr. George Manaria, President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Chief Dr. Jewel Howard Taylor, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Clyde India, First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, former President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Her Honor C.I.N. Yo, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Co-Chair and Board of Commissioners of the National Election Commission, officials of government here present, esteemed leaders of political parties, His Excellency Dr. Omar Toure, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Her Excellency Ms. Maria Harrison, Secretary General of the Monterey Region, members of the ECOWAS Parliament, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and heads of international organizations, dear colleagues from the UN family, esteemed civil society representatives here present, members of the fourth estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, it is a privilege to stand here at a time when our country will be going through a very crucial moment, the 2023 general elections. I'm highly honored and grateful to the National Election Commission, to ECOWAS, and the United Nations for this opportunity to give this brief remark on behalf of the young people of Liberia in recognition of today's signing of the Farmington Declaration. About 38 years ago, after the end of the First Republic, Liberia attempted its first multi-party election system. The result of the election was one of the leading factors in giving rise to total carnage beginning 1989. This is a history that I cannot give from an authoritative perspective because many of you in this room experienced the Civil War or its impact directly or indirectly. This was mentioned just to remind us of how violent inspired that election was, and how we should learn from what happened in the past to enable us to tread with caution hence. It hasn't been an all too smooth path since Liberia held its first democratic elections in 2005 after the two civil wars. However, we continue to strive to ensure that our democracy evolves so that our country can be an example to countries whose democratic system is still being questioned. In 2018, we witnessed the first peaceful transition of power from one democratically elected president to another, which is worthy of commendation. This proved that our nation was determined to protect its fragile peace. But instead of building on what we experienced in 2018, our democracy seems to be taking a few steps backward. Something which could derail the peace we have fought so hard for with the help of our international partners. Recently, we have witnessed actions that pose serious threats to our peace. Hate speeches and threats of violence keep coming from actors in our body politics. There have been cases of politically inspired violence against female candidates and parties that have different political alignments. All these, which are counterproductive to enhancing our democracy, and sustaining our hard-fought peace, leave me with just one question to ponder. Are we so quick to forget our past? But again, no, I refuse to believe that after just barely 20 years of ending hostilities, we have forgotten as a people where we came from and some of the worst things that we went through. If you have forgotten, well, I haven't. I was only about 3 years old and I remember walking a very long distance along with my mom and my auntie with heavy loads. As she held the hand of my elder brother, I walked so far till my little feet were tired, and my mom had to put me in a wheelbarrow to go to the next destination. Today, this 3-year-old wheelbarrow girl has enjoyed peace, attended high school under a peaceful regime, got her first degree under a peaceful regime, and about to get her second degree under yet another peaceful regime. This 3-year-old girl sits with Liberia pro-democratic institution promoting democracy and good governance in Liberia through many programs, including the Young Political Leadership through Africa, and also tracking politicians' campaign promises, just to ensure that democracy is delivered for the people. Because I believe voting is a pathway to democracy. And after you take that pathway, democracy should be delivered. Based on this, as we are here to sign up to keep the peace, I want to call on all stakeholders in the electoral process with a direct call to the government, to candidates and political parties to put their country's interests first and refrain from utterances that could incite citizens to violence before, during, and after elections. Thank you. It is my hope that this will be a genuine commitment that each one of you will make to that Liberian out there who deserves a better and peaceful society where he or she can go to school and actualize his or her dreams. The government should also ensure that electoral laws are respected and that the electoral process takes place void of discrimination, disinformation, hate speech, and incitement to violence. This will address dissatisfaction as we approach the general elections. The independence of the judiciary is something that I cannot overemphasize. I will call on the state to guarantee a court system independence for people to get redress to their burning concerns during elections. Political leaders and political parties need to caution their supporters. Yes, talk to your people. Caution their supporters against acts and utterances that will cause chaos and disrupt our peace. What hurt me the most is to see that the issue of militancy is on the rise in every political party. Politicians have their children abroad, having a better life, while young people in this nation are being used as instruments of violence. And then they come up with sweet words like rescue, hope, and Liberia first. Sometimes as a young woman, I just wonder if they are trying to rescue their mothers from brokenness, if they are trying to hope to increase their wealth, or they are trying to put themselves first instead of Liberia. Liberia being a very important stakeholder, it is highly important to keep our fragile peace by disseminating accurate, balanced, and credible information. The objective should not be to enter politicians' pockets. Liberia is greater than our personal interests. Far greater. Far greater. Maybe if your children were moved to hospitals in Nigeria, you understand why. Far greater. There are people who vote for staff in West Point that will vote for you because they believe in you. But if you speak on how we have legislative, they spend years without that. Okay, I'll forget that. What about water? I will encourage all eligible voters, in Liberia, to get out and register to vote, as we back to exercise our constitutional rights and to do this in peace come October 10th. Now, in closing, this bitter peace of the Lord Jesus Christ that surpasses all understanding rest and abide in us. God bless Liberia, because with God at all, our rights to prove we will over all.
Thank you. That was a passionate speech on the topic of Lake Hilltop, Liberia. We will now take a statement from political party representatives here, and been told that the Honorable Joseph Wakai, former Vice President and political leader of the party.
Thank you very much for giving us the chance to say something. As we come to a signature, it is a very important document. I want to recognize our President, Weir, and this is Weir, Vice President, the Honorable Joel Hill, the Excellency Madam Johnson Salim, former President of Liberia, the Chair and members and Commissioners of the National Election Commission, political leaders, the United Nations ECOWAS, and other international partners, members of political parties, members of the press, our diplomatic corps, and all participants. I want to thank you for this opportunity. Let me extend my thanks and appreciation to to the United Nations, ECOWAS, and all those international and local partners and all political parties that have come again to affix our signatures to the Farmington Declaration that we reaffirm commitment to non-violence, free, fair, and transparent, non-violent, free, fair, and transparent election in October of this year. It was on this same venue, the Farmington Hotel, where we signed the commitment to a non-violent election in 2017. I am glad to report here that 2017 legislative and presidential elections under the auspices of the Unity Party and government were largely free of major violent incidents. One of the most acclaimed transfer of power occurred. The United Nations Charter, ECOWAS protocols, and our national constitution guarantees protect the right to vote and for every citizen to determine their choice in the democratic process. These tenets underpin the fundamentals of good governance and uphold the will of the majority of our country. Emphasis has always been placed on peaceful elections. But the elements inherent in every democratic environment and its assurances must be deeply anchored into a free, fair, and credible process. Too often we tend to ignore the depth and in some cases become complicit with the outcome of the process rather than the actual process itself. Election is not an event, it is a process, which must not be merely observed or monitored over a period of time to offer what will eventually advance peace, consolidate democratic environment, and good governance. Again, we are here at the same venue today for another signing ceremony. Since the assumption of leadership by President Williams, we have witnessed several by-elections that have been marked by violence. Why, on our campaign, launched in November 17, 2018, the UP candidate in the by-election to replace Joseph District 13, Cornelia Sarko, was violently attacked by people believed to have been partisans of the city. Many were wounded in a violent incident. Similarly, on August 17, 2019, the Liberia campaign in District 15 by-election to replace the late Honorable Ada Lawrence was attacked by opposing sides. This time the attackers targeted Syria's personal vehicle in an attempt to hurt her and burn the vehicle she was riding. Those who carried out the planned attack wounded some of Syria's supporters. All this was an attempt to instill fear in the supporters of Syria. In 2020, special senatorial election in Baku was marked by violence. It also became a common practice in Liberia not to investigate electoral violence. Hence, no investigation was commissioned in any of these violent incidents, and we are all led inside under the umbrella of impunity. We still have the perpetrators roaming in the streets, freely waiting for future orders to complete electoral violence to be defeated. The Unity Party, even more than the international partners and the NEC, wants an election that is free of any form of physical and emotional violence. While we are all ensuring that the October 10, 2023 vote will be violence-free, fair, and transparent, we'd like to remind our partners in the NEC that mere absence of violence is not the only requirement for a satisfactory election. There are other cardinal ingredients that when not considered and not implemented, there will be high probability of not having a true violence-free election, as we are all yearning to have. Together, with our international partners and mainly the government, we must ensure that these elections are credible. In addition, monitor the indicators that will lead the election as credible, free, fair, transparent, and non-violent. It is therefore of key importance that we emphasize and prevent the triggers of violence rather than just stating that we want violent-free elections. After the 2017 legislative presidential election, the comprehensive report was made outlining several recommendations that will reform and standardize our electoral process. Sadly, all of these very brilliant recommendations were preferred by the Supreme Court, ECOWAS, international local partners, were left to rot in the dustbin. It will appear like our government does not care about any reform in the electoral process. The National Election Commission is not the only institution involved in our elections. It is also critical to mention the role of the judiciary, and it has the responsibility to expeditiously lawfully conduct election disputes to ensure peaceful elections in this current government. We also like to emphasize the transparent voter registration process as one of the key elements of having a violence-free election. Several issues are being reported since the start of the ongoing biometric voter registration process. We are being told that there are reports that the technical problems that are causing slowness of the registration process, some of which include the printers assigned to registration center go frequently, registration of officers coming late and leaving early, frequent shortage of cars that are used to produce voter ID cards. This is happening across several registration centers across Bonn, Bapolu, Grand Cape Mount, Mali, and Montreal. The length of time that it takes the solar time to generate power from the sun is usually delayed and start the registration process. The above factors are leading to long-standing queues without registration of people who want to register and participate in the determination of the next leadership of the country. Some are really thinking that they are tired and they could not go to register the next time. This, in our opinion, is discriminating against the voter. Voter trucking, we have seen financially induced voter trucking from other districts of the country to another in the interest of particular This incident is particularly prominent in District 10, Monserrate, in Grand Piedmont. In Piedmont, the UP has observed with the trucking of Australians from across the border by business and his research. Master Lake, who is believed to be a supporter of the cities. We are also told by the executive of the party, Piedmont, that this has led to violence in Jeju, Monterey, Bamala, and Tierney, between those that are trucking people from Australia and those attempting to push back the such violations of our laws. As we turn our signature to the Farmington River Declaration that will commit us to a non-violent, free, fair, and transparent legislative and presidential elections, we call on the National Election Commission to consider extending the registration process in the first 6 counties. This is intended to make up for the delays and technical problems that are led to the many not being able to register. Not doing so will be an act of deliberate disenfranchising Nigerian citizens from participating in the election. Lastly, let us understand that while ensuring the elections are violence-free, simply because people want to be peace and harmony, some of those elections have produced inefficient leadership that is undermining the stability and the development of the country. It is important, henceforth, for us to stress the need to monitor those indicators that will undermine the credibility of the elections, as well as those that will trigger violence. Liberia is now on the threshold of a new democratic order, having had the main positive position, and we are determined to accelerate another peaceful transition free violence. We are committed to a credible, free, fair process, and I repeat, credible, free, fair, independent, and fair process. Thank you. God bless you.
Now with the voice of former Vice President of Liberia, while they speaking on behalf of political office here. We want to appeal, please, to everyone, and please put your phones on silent. I know someone will say, it was just a couple of minutes ago, y'all was drinking, but that was a long time ago. So please, can you put your phones on silent so we can have discussion? Thank you very much. At this juncture, we have the honor and the pleasure for a special statement to welcome Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General to the acting head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and Sahel, Ms. Giovanni. You're welcome. Please, once more, put your phones on silent. His Excellency, President Dr. George William, President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Liberia, Her Excellency, Chief Dr. Jerome Taylor, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Her Honor Sian Yocha, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, His Excellency, former Vice President of Liberia, Co-Chair and Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission, officials of government present, esteemed leaders of political parties, His Excellency Dr. Umar Toure, my brother, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Her Excellency Ms. Maria Harrison, Secretary General of the Liberia Union, members of the ECOWAS Parliament, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps and heads of international organizations, dear colleagues, Christine Umutoni, UN Resident Coordinator, and colleagues from the UN family, Ms. Afia Faith Kawakari, representing the young people of Liberia. Thank you very much for your very moving and passionate statement and also sharing your personal experience. It's very difficult to speak after you. Civil society representatives, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure and an honor to be among you here today. I warmly congratulate the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Honorable Davideka Brown-Lasana, on her board of commissioners, the Inter-Party Consultative Committee for the Farmington River Declaration, for this statement of your commitment to peace. I thank the economic community of West African states, ECOWAS, United Nations colleagues, and various stakeholders and partners for their facilitation and commendable support to ensure the success of today's event. I'm especially heartened by political parties' dedication and quest to promote peace among Liberians in the context of the upcoming presidential and legislative elections. With your collective determination to preserve Liberia's quest for national unity, you political leaders are demonstrating to Africa and the rest of the world that Liberia is prepared to organize peaceful, credible, inclusive, and transparent elections. The revised Farmington River Declaration 2023, like its predecessor in 2017, is a perfect example of your dedication to your country. You have shown that you are committed to strengthening the stability of Liberia and promoting good governance with youth and women at the center. With a median age of 19.4 years, Liberia's population is very young, and this youth should be given space as the leaders of tomorrow. Mr. President, political leaders, through this agreement, you are upholding the highest principles of your democracy, holding yourself accountable to the Liberian people for the October 2023 elections. Amidst the worrisome expansion of violent extremism towards hostile countries,
an inclusive democratic system remains the best strategic response. 20 years after the Civil War, Liberia stands out as a peaceful country in the region, and I encourage you to continuously work towards upholding the principles of human rights and resort to dialogue to address political differences. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, this declaration is a strong message to the Liberian people, Africans, and to the world. Peace is a valuable commodity that we must safeguard at all costs. We all heard the plea of our younger sister, Anna. Your commitment to place national interest above personal and partisan concerns through this pledge is an example to all. You have promised to submit issues, if any, to resolution through judicial means, in accordance with the law or through mediation, and you pledge to accept and support the outcome of the judicial process and the results. You have also clearly reaffirmed your commitment to the Liberian women by upholding the principles of the Protocol on Violence Against Women in Elections and Politics. This agreement is a significant step towards creating a level playing field for all political parties and ensuring that the will of the people is reflected in the outcome of the elections. Transparency and fairness during the electoral process is a critical element to build public trust and confidence in any democratic institutions and society. While challenges remain, Liberia has nonetheless made significant advances in recent years and is continuing to work towards strengthening its institutions and ensuring the dividends of peace by working towards prosperity as indicated in the National Development Plan. As we move forward, let us continue to strive towards upholding the values of democracy, fairness, inclusiveness, and justice. This is a precondition for good governance and sustained peace. Let Liberian politicians and Liberian people set high standards for the region on its quest for peace and stability and prosperity. Include women and young people in decision-making processes and platforms. They are the real agents of change. Create spaces for youth and women to channel their creativity towards building resilience and growth for their country. That is the key for sustainable development. Once again, the world is watching you. You are in charge. And the United Nations stands ready to accompany you through your journey towards peace, security, and sustainable development. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. And our special statement, Giovanni Leha, Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General, the African Head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel. And now we have the honor and the pleasure to welcome Dr. Moha Anturi, the President of the
Liberia particularly what happens.
Your Excellency, President George Weah, Your Excellency, Dr. Taylor, Vice President, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Your Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former Head of State of the Republic of Liberia, Controller of Senate and Speaker of the 54th Legislature of Liberia, Chief Justice and former Vice President of Liberia, Honorable Ministers of Government, Honorable Members of the Senate and House of Representatives, Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations and the Acting Head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel, Madam Giovanni Jiha, the Chairperson of the National Elections Commission of Liberia, standard bearers and leaders of the various political parties, members of the ECOWAS Parliament, resident representatives of ECOWAS and the United Nations system, the Doyen and members of the diplomatic corps, religious and traditional leaders, representatives of the international and national civil society organizations, members of the fourth estate, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you personal greetings from the Chair of the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government, His Excellency General Umaru Sissoco. I also bring you the warm greetings of all ECOWAS institutions. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, barely 6 years ago in 2017, at the ECOWAS Summit organized here in Liberia under the distinguished leadership of Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, political parties and political leaders signed the Farmington Declaration, affirming their commitment to a peaceful electoral process. At that summit, Liberian political parties pledged their commitment to a peaceful electoral process that witnessed Liberians voting in President George Weah into office. Today, we are gathered again to witness political parties pledging their commitment to a peaceful electoral process. On this occasion, I wish to commend the government and the people of Liberia for their tireless efforts towards the consolidation of peace and development. I also recognize the efforts of the international partners in supporting these efforts. I am particularly appreciative of the role of ECOWAS, especially ECOWAS resident representation who is here in Liberia, as well as the United Nations and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, for the immense support to the electoral process. I also recognize the ongoing series of dialogue organized by the diplomatic community to engage Liberian state and non-state actors to discuss peace, security, and development as part of the efforts to foster a peaceful socio-economic and political ecosystem. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the next phase of Liberia's democratic journey brings Liberia and the West African sub-region to a crossroads. Either to consolidate peace or to retrogress into unrest and chaos. Two key features of the upcoming elections are important to note, and both are pertinent in equal measures. Firstly, Liberia introduces biometric voter registration for the first time, pursuant to various recommendations. The essence of this feature is to ensure Liberia surmounts complex electoral challenges. It reduces identity theft, multiple voting, and voter fraud. It also mitigates risks of distorting the choice of the people. Without a credible electoral roll, the system would be taking away the right of the people to make their choice. Secondly, Liberia will be conducting presidential and general elections without the presence of union. This portends an excellent opportunity for Liberia to make full charge, to take full charge and ownership of the upcoming elections. While the Electoral Commission has demonstrated its capacity to manage senatorial and by-elections, the 2023 elections will be a key test for the Commission's capacity to manage elections. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, elections continue to trigger conflict in the sub-region. As a result, ECOWAS will keenly monitor member states who are in the process of conducting elections. Here in ECOWAS will continue to support these processes in order to safeguard the integrity of the elections. But we will not hesitate to raise red flags and caution all stakeholders where needed in order to safeguard the integrity of elections. It is in this regard that we urge the government, political parties, and the National Elections Commission and all key stakeholders to be fully compliant with the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance. In other words, they must ensure that peace and security underpin the actions of each and everyone, including utterances. In these times when some countries in our sub-region are going through transitions, ECOWAS remains consistent in our position of zero tolerance for unconstitutional change of government. For ECOWAS, unconstitutional governments include not just military governments, but equally governments that temper with the electoral process that affects the choice of the people. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the support already given to the National Election Commission, ECOWAS will be deployed short, medium, and long-term observers in Liberia. These observers will continue to provide feedback from their observations in order to enhance a free, fair, transparent, and peaceful election. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, ECOWAS has zero tolerance for violence. All perpetrators will be identified and punished in accordance with the law, including the law. Distinguished political party representatives, as we follow the ongoing biometric voter registration, reports of voter tracking with some incidents of violence from certain voters have come to our attention. Political parties must recall that they have collectively reviewed and validated the Farmington Declaration that lays down penalties for flouting electoral regulations. Bad language, misinformation and disinformation, insightful words and actions, as well as other infringements of the electoral regulations, must cease. The conduct that guides political parties and their partisans, the code of conduct that guides political parties and their partisans, must be fully adhered to. Not only in words, it must be the moral compass that guides the actions and utterances of political actors. My message to the National Elections Commission is the following. Be firm in applying the rules and regulations. Be firm in applying sanctions and be guided by the laws that establish and enable you to function as a neutral arbiter. Remember that your role is pivotal in the peace and security of Liberia and the peace and security of the South region. The security agents and agencies must continue to exhibit neutrality and professionalism and must ensure the security of every single Liberian. A secure electoral process is a matter of national interest. Security agencies must therefore act collaboratively with all stakeholders of the electoral process. At this juncture, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to pause and recognize the important role of the press in our communities and in our democracies. But as I recognize the critical role of the press, I would also wish to underscore your responsibility with regard to a major threat to peace and security. And that threat is fake news. For us at ECOWAS, fake news, misinformation and disinformation constitute grave threats to peace and security. And you, as press women and men, must collectively fight this. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am informed that the bill on the revision of Section 445 of the new elections law will compel parties to field a minimum of 30% of either gender could not be passed into law due to the exigencies of time. It is my conviction that the governance system, it is my conviction that the role of women in politics and governance brings an undisputed enrichment to our governance ecosystem. I urge all political parties to exhibit their commitment to the spirit of the bill by ensuring that they field a substantial number of female candidates. Liberia is the first country in Africa to have democratically elected a female president. Nothing will honor the legacy of Madam Ellen Jones herself, more than empowering more women and creating the enabling environment for women to participate in decision making. And we must also ensure that we jointly combat violence against women. Security agencies must provide the environment that shows zero tolerance for violence against women. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I call on Liberians to continue to demonstrate their love for country and to uphold their civic responsibility by guarding and fostering the integrity of the electoral process. The youth must remain a significant part of this process, and the youth must eschew actions leading towards violence. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of my address, I made reference to the 2017 Farmington Declaration. That accord represents a watershed in Liberia's history. It ushered in a new phase, where Her Excellency Ellen Johnson served under the Unity Party, peacefully transferred power to His Excellency Dr. George Manuel under the Congress for Democratic Change. It was a turning point in Liberian democratic journey. Let us continue on that trajectory of peaceful transition, whether to a new CDC administration or to another political party. That is what Liberia deserves. That is what Liberia deserves. That is what West Africa and Africa deserves. And that is what the world must see. I thank you for attention.